Eleanor McComb. McDonald.
receiver defensive back Antonio Evans. Wide receiver defensive back Jack Buckler. Wide receiver defensive back Alex Claiborne. Wide receiver defensive back Ryan Bartolome. Wide receiver defensive back Seth Sayuda. Quarterback defensive back Riker Kazubek. Wide receiver defensive back Cole Schwartz. Running back, linebacker, defensive back Jaden Dinwiddie. Running back, linebacker Zach Barnes. Wide receiver, defensive back Ayanna Peoples. Quarterback, linebacker Mason Canick. Wide receiver, defensive back Joseph Johnson. Wide receiver, linebacker Javante Jones. Tight end, defensive lineman Malachi Wilder. Running back, linebacker Nicholas Macharowitz. Wide receiver, defensive back Brady Will. Wide receiver, linebacker Luke Lackner. Wide receiver, linebacker Sandro Rodriguez. Wide receiver, defensive back Adam Milad. Wide receiver, linebacker Demarion Taylor. Wide receiver, linebacker, defensive back Dylan Zwinski. Running back, linebacker Danny Claren. Tight end, defensive lineman Max Baltiera. Running back, defensive back Paul Raftis. Wide receiver, defensive back Peyton Dickenscheit. Wide receiver, defensive back Connor Grimm. Wide receiver, defensive back Braden Zimaniewicz. Tight end linebacker Mason Knorr. Tight end linebacker Michael Weinholz. Tight end linebacker Frank Smolek. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman Lakem Fenizzo. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman Malik Davis. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman Jorge Godinez. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman Gavin Guziak. Offensive lineman, linebacker Sean West. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman Chris Kelly. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman Patrick Leverty. Running back, defensive back Forrest Bates. Wide receiver, defensive back Antonio Evans. Quarterback, linebacker Mason Canick. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman Malik Davis. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman Adam Zaiden.
Mr. White, should I turn 2 on? All right. Mic 1, mic check. Can you hear?
Yeah, mic check.
All right, mic check, pretty good. You're 2, right? I believe so.
Yeah, I think I'm two.
Is this better? You hear me more?
All right, so this is going to be a great matchup here between the Trojans and the Mustangs, as it always is every year. The Trojan sophomore team managed to best the Mustangs by a score of 17 to 7. Yes, 17 to 7 earlier tonight. The Trojans are going to look to build on that momentum and take another victory here.
New video board. DGN is instead of DVD, it says DGN.
Mhm.
I don't think our cameras are on it right now, but if they ever are, it's a cool little thing. We got some other things too going on the video board, like a retro bolt design. It's pretty cool.
It's very cool, enhances the fan experience a lot. It was a great investment from the boosters.
Pretty much. Some other changes, the logo at the 50-yard line. We got the Trojan head now.
Looks pristine as always.
Very pristine. Before, I think they had the N. You know, kind of looked like Northwestern.
They did have the N, which is typically the Trojan basketball logo, so they're rectifying that by using the Trojan that they usually typically symbolize for football.
Gotcha, right. No, in case you're wondering, the bleachers, they really started filling up for the second half of the sophomore game. I mean, they really got way more packed.
Yeah, it's a combination of the fact that it's both the home opener and a massive rivalry game for the Trojans. I mean, every student at the school wants to be at this one tonight. It's a place to be.
16 minutes until games start.
Yeah.
And
this would be the home debut for the Trojans after a massive 42-point victory their last time out.
that was a little Fallon, right?
Yeah, O'Fallon. Yeah, they hung an 0 on O'Fallon, the defense did, with a massive performance, stopping them from scoring a single point while the offense scored 42.
We had our partner Ben over here before for the sophomore game, and it was pretty fun. He's great.
Yeah, he's a very good announcer and a great addition to the team this year.
Want to read some rosters, Jake? Maybe we'll split it up.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Now, this one probably won't mean too much as it is the DGS sophomore football roster, but in case you're wondering if you know anybody on the roster or you want to shout out since they won't be involved in this game, go ahead and listen. Running back, defensive back, Forrest Bates. Wide receiver, defensive back, Antonio Evans.
He had a great game earlier tonight.
Wide receiver, defensive back, Jack Buckler. Wide receiver, defensive back, Alex Claiborne. Wide receiver, defensive back, Ryan Bartolome. Wide receiver, defensive back, Welcome to DGN Trojan football, and we have the DGS Mustangs against the DGN Trojans tonight here at the Crosstown Classic at Carson's Field, varsity matchup, and we're happy you're here with us. I'm Clayton Henning, and I'm joined by...
I'm Jake Sherlad.
And right now, we're pretty much at the start of game time. We're just listening to the marching band, pretty much. The sophomore game was great for the Trojans. 17-7 was the final. The Trojans winning that one.
Great performance, especially from the Trojan defense there. A lot of encouraging signs. It was a rough game at spots, but they came away with the W, and that's what matters.
So now Owen Lansu and the squad of varsity Trojans are out at their home opener. And what do you think, Jake? You think a win is pretty obtainable?
A win is definitely obtainable, especially after their performance last Friday night, a 42-0 victory. It's always, you got to see how they follow up something like that. It's an outstanding performance last time. They can follow it up with another one and the like. They're ranked pretty highly in a lot of state rankings. They could go even higher.
They're ranked around 7th in the state?
I've seen anywhere from 6 to 8. So
6 to 8, right.
7's a good average.
Some new additions here at Carson's Field. New video board you can see in our camera shot. Now it actually is a video board. I know I've called it that sometimes in past seasons, but now I don't have to stand corrected anymore. The Carson's, the original Carson's Field board is now demolished out at the end zone by the courts. And
yeah, video board's beautiful. The new track's beautiful. The Carson's Field looks revitalized ahead of this new 2024-2025 Trojan football season.
Yeah, they've also added the Trojan head logo to the center of the field at the 50. If you didn't know before, that was an N, a purple N.
I think the Trojan head's a massive improvement.
I like it a lot too.
It's a more iconic symbol for the school, and it could be anything. The Trojan is DGN.
Fans, we invite you to stand as you are able, face the flag of the stadium and sing in one voice as Drum Major Owen Halfpenny conducts our national anthem.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was our national anthem.
Beautiful rendition there by the Trojan Marching Band as always. And here comes the Downers Grove North Trojans varsity football team.
There's a big flag. They're going to break it open. Come running out of it. Really pumps you up, huh?
Yeah, it pumps me up, and especially pumps up these fans in this stadium. They are getting loud already, and the football hasn't even started yet.
Now we got some boos over at South. And here's DGN.
Down
The
its North,
matchup pretty much all black against all white.
down its North Trojans are looking to build upon their second place finish in state last year. Hopefully win the whole thing this year. I think they got a decent chance to do it with this outstanding roster they've put together.
We saw the transfer from sophomore to varsity and how many good players were on sophomore last year and how many games they won and all that stuff. And now I think they're just going to make this varsity team even better. I think this is a huge powerhouse.
Absolutely. It'll be tough for any team to beat them because the Trojans have a great offensive line and a great run game that's very difficult to stop. And if you sell out to stop the run, Owen Lancer will bomb you over the top, and there will be a touchdown before you even know what's happening.
Some might say watch out for Mount Carmel, though, you know.
Now, Carmel is absolutely a scary team and one of the many football powerhouses that are going to be lurking in the playoffs for whoever is unlucky enough to face them.
So kickoff here in a few moments. South elected to receive.
Rather, the Trojans elected to defer.
There's 22 picking. Yeah. And in the backfield, we have
Antonio Kalinzis is going to kick this off for DGN.
24.
They're already doing a little stretch, and it's go time.
19, 30.
Oh, remember those cowbells, Jake? I hear them.
Absolutely. And that, for sure, a staple of a game at Carson's Field.
On your feet, Trojan fans.
Whistle blows, and we're ready.
We are
Ball's up and
underway.
away. It's a pretty good kick, and he's going to go ahead and grab it before the end zone. He's going to get away past the defenders. This is a decent enough return, and he's going to get strung out of bounds by the Trojans.
Almost found the outside there and was able to almost break that one big, but almost doesn't win you games. He's at near the 25-yard line, pretty similar to where it would be with the touchback. Pretty typical return.
Pretty similar. So that brings up a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
All right. We have 3 here. We have
Quarterback Aiden Karasawa takes the field for the Mustangs as they are going to start this game off.
He's got 3 in the backfield. It's a handoff, and he's met immediately and drove him backwards.
5.
There's the Trojan defense right away.
Aiden Selecki wasn't letting that run get anywhere. He stops him right at the line of scrimmage. A great play by the defense.
It's a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 coming up.
Mustangs looking to rebound after that disaster of first play.
3. Top. Got 7 near. 5 and 17.
Kanazawa from the pistol.
17.
He's going to hand it off up the middle. It's a draw play, and that's a pretty good tackle. Not much there once again on 2nd down.
Defense establishing dominance early, as you always want to do. A couple great stops there. The South rushing game might get some yards later, but it seems like right now the North defense has the edge.
That tackle was made by Jake Gregorio, who I've heard Jake has usually had a bigger defensive role, but now is going to be brought to offense more.
Got 3 here.
Interesting. These coaches know how to get the most out of their talents, whether on defense or offense, putting them in positions to succeed.
From the pistol again, it's a handoff to number 5, which, by the way, is Caden Smith. And there might be a fumble on the play.
Errant pitch there, headed right for the turf. The only question is who fell on it.
It is recovered by DGS, so they'll keep the drive going. However, they're looking at a 4th down here. Anything on your mind, Jake? Run, pass, based on the yards to go?
I think they have the punt team out, so what's on my mind is I think they're punting.
26. We got 9. No, sorry, 6. 6. Back deep is 4.
They got a lot of protection on this punt. And this one skies past the 50. It's going to bounce. And they'll down it a little past the 40, maybe the 38.
Decent punt for the Mustangs given the situation. They weren't in great field position, and the Trojans were threatening to start their drive off from a great spot. The 38's not a bad spot to start a drive, but it's still a good punt to flip the field pretty well for the Mustangs.
So here's Owen Lansu and the Trojans for first drive of their game. That's our DGN super fan in the bleachers. Loves those first downs.
Yes, very vocal, as all the fans here are. All the fans here are very vocal, making it loud, making it hard for the R team to hear the snap.
Which we love, but it's a little early. Now that's a good pass by Lansu. It's a completion. Might be good for a first down. Or at least a few. 5.
It's going to be a 2nd and short here for the Trojans. After a good... Oh, it looks like the chains are moving. It's been ruled a first down for the Trojans. Obviously a great first play to start a drive. Nice little medium pass, get the offense warmed up, and get a first down to boot.
Lansu has Caden Shirelli in the backfield. It's a fumble on the snap, but he's right back on it. So that's good at least.
Well, Trojans failed to capitalize on the momentum of their previous play. Luckily, are able to maintain possession. That's going to be a loss of yards and an unforced error there. Couldn't really tell whether that was Lansu or the center, but still, you need to iron out those kinks. Still early in the season, though.
Lansu's going to send 12 in motion. He's going to give it to him on a sweep play. Makes a move. He's going to cut back inside, but then what a tackle by DGS, and they're hype over there on the DGS bleachers.
Yeah, it's 3rd down, and this once promising drive from the Trojans seems to be stalling out. They're looking to revive it on this 3rd down, try to get the first. Probably with a pass play, given the down and distance.
From the gun, Lansu. He's looking for a receiver down the field, and he's going to air this one out to number 12. It was a number 12 on number 12 matchup, but he could not make the connection.
Well overthrown there from Lansu. Uncharacteristic of what we normally see from him. It's going to bring up a 4th down. I'd imagine the Trojan punt team is going to take the field.
Kind of threw it outside, and number 12, Max Stroha, kind of cut back into the inside, but brings up a 4th down and 10.
So defense has reigned supreme, at least early on in this one, as the offense has failed to get much going on either side.
Trojans ready to punt this one away. It's a loud punt. It's a good punt, and this one's probably going to sail to the end zone, and it does. So it's a touchback.
Yeah, massive booming punt from the Trojans. It's always good to have a punter like that who can flip the field. It can be a massive asset. You see, like Torrey Taylor with Iowa, you can, if the other team starts in bad field position, it's way easier to get a stop.
For sure, Jake. 7:56 to go in the first quarter of action.
Score is still knotted up at 0-0 after both offenses were unsuccessful in drive 1.
So again, Kanazawa and the Mustang offense are back out there. They run the same draw play up the middle from the pistol formation, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he was met at the line by a swarm of Trojan defenders. An excellent job by the Downer South running back to keep his legs turning, but it ultimately is in vain.
3-3 on the play, brings up 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs.
So it brings up a 2nd and 7 from the 23.
You've got 3 near, 7 top, 5 and 17.
They're looking for a conversion. Kanazawa from the gun.
Tries to draw the Trojans offside, is unsuccessful.
17.
He's going to go ahead and keep it, and he's going to run to the right, and a lot of hits going on over there.
Takes a massive hit to force him out of bounds. That's a great play by the defense.
Now a late flag comes in, soaring into the sky. What are they going to call here?
There's a lot of celebrating, a lot of taunting over there. I wouldn't be surprised to see an unsportsmanlike. I'm not sure which side it'd be from though.
Joe Edwards on that tackle.
Joe Edwards, brother of NFL player David Edwards, had the tackle on that play for the Trojans.
What an absolutely brutal tackle it was. An effective play from Joe Edwards. It still remains to be seen what the flag was.
No yardage. They get another one, and it's a 15-yard.
The penalty flag resulted in a warning
So it results in a warning to the DGS bench,
2, 3.
assuming some sort of taunting purposes. But anyway, he's going to hand it off to number 7, and it's a fumble. They're going to capitalize on this, and they're going to take it in for a touchdown. That's number 11 who picks it up, Charlie Cruz.
Charlie Cruz and scoop and score. Excellent awareness there to grab the football on the ground. Didn't see who got the strip, but it was a great job from him too. Just an outstanding play all around from the North defense, showing that aggression early on and getting the turnover and the score.
Keon Naggett Jr. had the handoff on the sweep. But boy, was he met with some hungry defenders.
Yeah, I imagine he saw pretty immediately that play wasn't going to go anywhere. And a great hit to force the ball loose and a great play to pick it up.
Timeout Trojans at 6-0. We'll see what they do after this. We're back after the timeout, and the Trojans are going to go ahead and kick an extra point here to make it 7-0.
Seven nothing, assuming the extra point goes in. Although that's a decently safe assumption given the skill of this Trojan kicker.
The kick by Kalinsis is straight through. He nails it.
Kick is ruled good. It is going to be 7-0 for the Trojans. Now the Downers Grove South offense is going to get the ball back and looking to rebound after the disaster that ended their previous drive. The Trojan defense has to be riding a high after that scoop and score, Clayton.
I think it's safe to say they're really pumped, which for DGN is what we want because it's what carries them through games.
Exactly. They pull from the energy of the fans, from the energy of each other, and just bring that energy right at the quarterback and running back.
Yeah, the Eagles are wearing their white jerseys, the Packers are wearing their green jerseys. Yeah, are they wearing the green? Wow.
So we got kickoff here. 7-0 Trojans. If you're just joining us, we have 6:47 left in the first quarter here. Last Mustang drive ended horribly after a scoop and score by the Trojans on a jet sweep play gone wrong.
24.
Mustangs haven't really had any success on the ground so far. We'd look to see them try to get the passing game involved a bit on the drive.
19 to 30, and 11 are gold.
So Kalinsis is going to kick this one off after the PAT was good.
22 is kicking.
Another really strong kick. They're going to call a fair catch as it bounces into the end zone anyway.
Going to be a touchback. The Mustangs are starting from the same spot they were last time, as they're trying to make amends for their previous drive. Hopefully get the passing game working, maybe get the rushing game working, get something working after this elite Trojan. Off this elite Trojan defense.
The touchback brings it out to the 21st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 20.
Maybe not so much trickery, too. Maybe they throw a pass and then they operate the running plays from the pistol to pick up first downs. I mean,
yeah, sometimes you just got to keep it simple.
right.
Sometimes when you try the trickery, when you try doing something different than what works, it doesn't work. It can lead to turnovers, can be dangerous.
17 pass.
It's a quick pass over to the outside, number 7, Keon Maggott Jr. And after he had that fumble loss, the last drive, that's a completion.
34 tackle. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. I think 7.
Moves the ball out to the 24, the second and 6.
Second and 6 here for the Mustangs after that completion.
So right off the bat, Kanazawa was passing on this drive.
I like that. I think it's a good idea for them to try to get the passing game work, and maybe those short passes, some medium passes, anything to start getting the quarterback into rhythm.
Snap, and he's going to hand it off. That one goes into the heart of the D-line, and not a whole lot of yards gained there.
We'll hop on the tackle.
Yeah, it's looking like it will be about no gain. So 3rd and around 6 is going to be the down and distance for the Mustangs. So this is going to be a big one for them to try and pick up. Be interesting to see if they go with the runner pass here. The pass can get them more yardage, and their one pass has been successful so far, and they haven't had a ton of success with the run. So
the handoff was to Caden Smith, of whom's in the backfield once more for this next play. Mustangs have a 3rd and 4. He's going to roll left right away, and it's almost intercepted. That would have been another fantastic play by the Trojans. Instead, it stays incomplete.
Ethan Kiss with an incredible decision to jump that route there. The ball went right through his hands, but even still, it forces 4th down for the Mustangs. Great play by Ethan Kiss.
The other number 3, Cameron Casper, the intended target. As Kanazawa just rolls out to the left right away.
Hunter is 6.
Smith, Anthony Smith back to punt for the Mustangs.
Mustangs in punt formation here.
Shirelli back for the Trojans to receive.
Caden Shirelli is back for the Trojans, ready to potentially receive this punt.
We'd like to thank all the 204 people currently watching this game.
Yes, your support is greatly appreciated.
And while signaling for the fair catch, gets tripped up, and I don't think there's going to be any flags, but that's certainly not normally how we see it.
Trojan 43 will be first.
Trojans in decent field position to start this drive on the 43-yard line. Owen Lansu and the Trojans trying to get a little more success than they had on the last offensive drive. Just a reminder that 7 points was not scored by the offense.
It was scored by the defense.
Yes, the Mustang defense has gotten the better of the Trojan offense so far.
And that's the thing, too. Even in sophomore football, Lansu's had a really good defense on his team.
That always helps the quarterback. Takes the pressure off you, doesn't make you play hero ball. You can just go through your progressions and your rhythm.
This was a good handoff, and he's going to get tackled by the 50-yard line. It's a good pickup. Good for almost a first down. It's a 2nd and 3. And from the 50, tight end in motion, Lansu takes the snap, and he's looking for a receiver. He's got him on the edge. Trying to bring him down, Charlie Cruz. Another great play by him. He had the scoop and score.
Lansu's pass to
Yeah, that pass would have been a first down almost no matter what Cruz did, but it was a great job by Cruz to shed a tackle there and get just a couple more yards. If you break one tackle every so often, get a couple more yards, that can add up over the course of a game.
So after those couple chain movers, the Trojans already have the ball at the Mustang 35. He's going to hand it off. Not a great play. D-line meets up with him, and that's a huge game tackle.
Ball carrier swarm there with not much he could do. Seemed like the D-line just simply beat the O-line in the trenches there.
Pick up a 2, make it 2nd and 8, Trojans.
That they did. Trojans look at the 2nd and 8 here. Tight end in motion. Lansu's going to hand it off to the running back. Try to find an open spot, but again, not a whole lot of gain. Excuse me, not a whole lot of yards.
Something that has seemingly happened on both of these drives from the Trojan offense is that the Trojan offense has gotten got an early first down on both these drives, and the Mustang defense has sort of tightened up afterwards, which is a good testament to their toughness and their ability to take a punch.
A 3rd and 6 here. Gregorio is the back. Lansu looking for a receiver, and he's got him. Number 10. A lot of space, and he's going to slither through for a few more yards, and that's a really nice play. It's a huge first down.
Yeah, Thulin was absolutely wide open there. Either it was a blown man assignment or there simply wasn't a zone in that spot. Either way, Lansu found him for a first down.
First and 10, Trojans.
Trojans have the football on the 17-yard line. We have about 2.5 minutes left here in the first. Lansu's going to hand it off to Gregorio again, and he's going to make a cut, and it's a good run.
Gregorio, the ball carrier.
Just a great run from Gregorio, and the O-line was really pushing forward there, really clearing a path for the running back like they're supposed to.
Ball ahead of the 2nd and 6 from the 13.
Gregorio brings it to the 13-yard line. It's a 2nd and 6 now. Lansu's going to send some guys in motion. He's going to hand it to Gregorio, looking for protection. Instead, the white shirts catch up.
Looks like the Mustangs are starting to make a goal line stand here. Be interesting to see if the Trojan offense can sort of break through.
Yeah, looks like the 9.
So you got 3rd down here. 3rd down and really important. And what are you thinking, Jake? Now we see 3rd and 2, pass, run. You're on the 9-yard line. I really don't know what they do.
I think we see some sort of rollout play with potential for Lansu to run.
We see Caden Shirelli up the middle, and look at that. He's in for 6.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Obviously, it's a good job from Shirelli, but I think the real heroes of that play were the offensive line, parting the Mustang defense like the Red Sea, letting Shirelli almost walk into the end zone on that play.
Caden Shirelli on the carry, and
It's 13-0 Trojan lead here. Taking a 2-score lead is massive, as now all of the momentum is on the Trojan side of the field.
Nelson Holding.
Kalinzis is going to try to make this one 14-zip,
Easy form as always.
and he makes it. Kick is good,
14-0
and it's 14-0 Trojans.
Mustangs are reeling here. They need to right the ship here on this drive from the offense.
.119 left on the clock here for quarter number 1. Trojans have 2 touchdowns, each from each side of the ball.
That's really important. That the scoop and score touchdown for the Trojans is obviously fantastic, but that touchdown's almost more important to me. Just showing that the offense can break through after they struggle on the first drive, proving that both sides of the ball are on point tonight.
So Kalinzis has been kind of busy tonight so far.
Absolutely. He's getting a lot of work in tonight, extra points and kickoffs. And if everything, the Trojans wouldn't want any different.
Kalinzis to kick off.
It's that stereotypical football coach line. You want every drive to end with a kick, be it a punt or a kickoff or a field goal. And every drive has ended with a kick for the Trojans so far. And one of them has been an extra point.
Kick is up, and it's another strong kick. Mustangs are going to take it, but he drops it, picks it up immediately. Number 7 finds an opening, but it's not a big return. Not a big return. That's Keon Maggot Jr.
Yeah, obviously a tough start to the return, but he was able to recover quickly and turn it into a respectable return. Doesn't put the Mustangs in that bad a field position.
First and 10.
So a new drive for the Mustang offense starts over on the 18-yard line. If you're Mustangs, Jake, I mean, you really just need at least a good drive. That should probably result in at least 3 points.
Regardless of points, you need to secure some sort of momentum here. The Trojan defense has had your number all night long. You need to start getting something working, be it the pass or the run. You need to figure out something with the Trojan defense so far, as they have been absolutely outstanding thus far. 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Kanazawa fakes it, and he throws it over to number 7, who initially had some room, but maybe he was bouncing a little bit too long, as eventually the Trojan defense is going to eat him up.
Yeah, wide receiver screen there goes for a short gain.
Tackle made by number 1, Charlie Cruz.
It was great defense by the Trojans, swarming the football as soon as it was caught.
A lot of targets for Keon Maggot Jr. on the DGS side.
3rd and 5 from the 23.
3rd and 5 coming up, but they might let the first quarter clock run out.
So it appears that is exactly what's going to happen as both the offense and defense walk off the field to end out this first quarter.
At the end of 1 quarter of play,
End of 1 quarter, it's 14-0 Trojans. 3rd and 5 for the DGS offense coming up in the second. Welcome you back to the second quarter of action. So while on their own 23, we got to kind of switch where we're looking because they switched sides of the field. Now he's going to roll out to the right and kind of just throws this one away.
Smart decision there. He's going to get sacked if he didn't do that. He didn't want that one to get picked off, so it would have given the Trojans outstanding field position. So the punter's going to come out and try to flip the field here for the Mustangs, as the Mustang defense has to get things going against the Trojan offense here. 14-0 for the Trojans so far, and the Mustangs have to do everything in their power to prevent that lead from extending.
Punting team coming out for DGS. Anthony Smith. Is going to kick this off.
Shirelli back to receive for the Trojans.
It's close. Could have been blocked. And Shirelli is going to take this from the 40 off a bounce. Going to keep trying to juke him out, but it takes too long.
Yeah, it looked like he had some room to run, but that was outstanding play by the Mustang on the punt defense. Just able to wrap him up and keep him from going anywhere, because Shirelli's he's very elusive, very powerful, very explosive. He can get around a lot of people, but he couldn't get around him.
He put in another 6 points to help make this game 14-0.
Well, speaking of putting in some more points, that's exactly what the Trojan offense is trying to do here on this drive.
They have the ball, Jake, from the 44.
Yeah, it's a great field position. They've got a great field position on almost every drive, and that's been a testament to their defense.
Lancer's going to go ahead and run for this, and he'll slide around the cheek of the Trojan head, which, if you're interested in what the number is for that, it's the 36.
Lansu is incredibly athletic. He can pocket pass almost as good as anybody.
Excuse me, 46.
He can pocket pass almost as good as anybody, so you can sometimes forget that he has those legs and can run.
Lancer's going to hand this off to his halfback. Might have gotten a yard or two, maybe a yard.
It's going to be third down here for the Trojans. We've seen a relatively run-heavy attack here from the Trojans, which is contrary to what a lot of people were expecting in this one, I'm sure.
For the Mustangs.
Yeah.
Russell Group 1 brings up 39 for the Trojans.
3rd and 9 from Lansu. He looks to pass, and he has a man wide open. Look at that. That was kind of clean, Jake.
Complete to number 12.
Absolutely was. If there's an open man on the field, Lansu will find him 90% of the time. He's a hard man to stop when he's going, and he's going right now.
It's a first down, and it moves the chains along. They're in Mustang territory now.
Mustang territory is certainly a spot that the Trojan offense has become familiar with over the course of this game so far.
Lansu, quick pass over to number 10. Has an opening as a corner, and he's going to juke him out. Too many defenders on him, so they catch up with him, makes the tackle, but not before a really good run. That's Dominic West. Excuse me, Oliver Thulin.
Oliver Thulin with the great catch and run there. He got a lot of yards there. That was an outstanding pancake block also from Will Vala that probably extended another extra 5 yards, I would say.
Because it was downfield.
I think they brought this one back. They made it a 1st and 17 from the 50. Not sure what the call was.
I would
but
assume it'd be holding in that case.
Holding. This is a pass over to Thulin after some trickery, and that's a good play. That's over past the 45-yard line. That's going to help get another first down.
I think other than the first pass of the game that Lantu has thrown, I think he's completed every pass he's tried so far, which it's obviously always a recipe for success.
Lansu, he's going to take the snap and he's going to pass it over to the right side. It's complete.
Lansu's pass complete.
Just a little short pass there to Max Trohan. Nothing crazy about it. Just getting the first down that they knew they could get with the out route.
Vic Rapidchuk on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Trojans have a 3rd and 8 from the 41. Now we got whistles. We got flags thrown.
Flag on the play.
So it looks like the ball is moving deeper into Mustang territory. I would assume it'd be an offsides.
Offsides against.
And that is exactly the case.
Offsides on the Mustangs. So now it's going to make it a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, that's an unacceptable penalty from the Mustangs. 3rd and 8 that's pretty easy to defend. A 3rd and 3, not so much. There's a lot of things you can do to get 3 yards.
Lancer's going to take the snap, and he's going to hand it to Gregorio. Thinks he has protection, and he does. That results in a really good run. It's a 1st down.
Well, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 3 wouldn't have mattered on that play as a massive hole opens up for Gregorio. He runs upfield, gets a lot of yardage.
On the tackle.
Trojans move the chains once again on this drive as
1st and 10 Trojans.
they've had
on the
a
Mustangs
big successive
24.
string of 1st downs.
Send some tight ends in motion. Lansu from the 25. He's got a completion. Trying to take it. Trying to slither through. And look at this. That's a really good. Some really good movement there.
Flag on the field on the play. That was a great fight and effort to get as far, as close to the end zone as he did, but we'll see what the flag was.
Personal foul against the Mustangs.
Personal foul called against the Mustangs.
It's a personal foul on DGS.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal, so not a whole ton of yards
After
given
this
up on that
is the goal,
penalty.
Makes it 1st down from the 4.5 to the Trojans.
The fans like this. This brings the ball to the 4.
Trojans fans always loud, wild, and rowdy here at Carson's Field. Always in support of their Trojans.
Encroachment called on the Mustangs.
Another penalty on the Mustangs. Encroachment called by the officials.
After this is a 1st and goal from the 3 for the Trojans.
So that'll bring the ball to the 2. 1st and goal. He's going to hand it to Shirelli. Are they going to give him a touchdown after that 2nd effort? Yes, they do. It's a touchdown for Caden Shirelli and the Trojans.
Now you can't say anything, but the Mustangs kind of did that for themselves there. That reach would not have been enough to get into the end zone without that last penalty. It's going to be 20-0 in favor of the Trojans. Likely 21-0 after the extra point goes through. And the Mustangs are in a rough spot here in the 2nd quarter.
It's a commanding lead. It's a shutout, really. Again, Kalinsis is going to try to kick this one through, and that's a really strong kick, and it's good. A lot of oomph.
Well, you saw the Trojan performance last time out, a 42-0 victory. The question was, can you replicate this? And so far, they're doing exactly that.
Two touchdowns on the night for Caden Shirelli, and that puts North at 21-0. Score over South. We have 7:18 here before the half. And anything in particular you're thinking that you should maybe expect from South?
What I should expect from South is a lot more of a sense of urgency. they're testing some things out, trying to see what works and what doesn't. They got to start getting these chunk plays and got to start getting them fast and chip into this deficit. So a lot more sense of urgency on the offensive side of the ball is what I expect to see from South.
For sure, for sure. Ever since the sophomore game, there's been a bleed blue sign on the Mustang bleachers.
These Downers Grove teams all show their school spirit.
So Colinsis, busy man tonight's going to kick this one off.
Well, he better get used to it. From how much the Trojan offense is scoring, I don't expect it to change for most of this season.
And the Mustangs are going to take it from around the 20-yard line. And I think they stopped them at around the 25.
We are on the return.
So Aiden Kanasawa and the rest of the Mustang offense takes the field and are hoping for a different result than has happened in the previous Mustang drives.
Kanazawa kind of threw it away on a third down the last drive.
It was the best decision he could have made in the scenario. The Trojan defense has made sure no one has been open all night.
Smith is the back. From the pistol, they'll give it to him on a handoff. Watch out for 5, makes a good cut, makes another good cut, shakes off the tackler. This is a really good run by Caden Smith. And they're going to shove him eventually out of bounds and catch up with him at the 45-yard line of the Trojans.
Maybe that's the spark these Mustangs needed to get going in this one. A massive run there. And now they're in great position. They have a chance to get some points on this drive, chip into this deficit. You can hear the South bench come alive.
They were going to hand it to Smith again, but the officials throw in a yellow flag.
Illegal procedure called on the Mustangs.
The call is an illegal procedure called on DGS.
Well, the running theme so far has been the consistent penalties on the Mustangs. These unforced errors. The Trojans have nothing to do with this. The Trojan defense has obviously been great, but a lot of times the Mustangs are beating themselves. Gotta look to shape up the communication here as we near the end of the second quarter.
Whistles blow, and we got another stoppage here. It's a timeout. Mustangs call a timeout, and we will be back after this. We're back after the timeout taken by DGS. They'll take the field again in Kanazawa.
It's going to be 1st and 16 after the penalty.
Kanazawa takes a snap. He wants to roll right. Then he's going to look left, and he's going to go ahead and make a throw over the 9, and it's a completion. Trojan defender mistimed the tackle. That was to James Piropoulos.
I wouldn't have really said the Trojan defender mistimed the tackle. I just think it was a great block by number 77, Jacoby Spraggins of Downer South, that prevented it from being a tackle for a loss and turned it into a nice positive game.
So leads us on the tackle.
Mustang offense for the first time so far this game has something going.
Kanazawa, he wants to give it to Caden Smith again. He takes it to the outside, out of bounds.
Caden Smith, the ball carrier.
It's going to be third down for the Mustangs here. Be a big conversion for them if they could get it.
.6:15 left in the second. It's 21-0. Trojans over the Mustangs so far here if you're just joining us. Kanazawa from the pistol. He fakes it to Smith. He's going to throw it down for an incompletion. Got to be careful there. Don't want to be marked as grounding.
Yeah, I was looking at the referee as soon as he released that one. It was borderline. I think it was the right call from the referee. There was a receiver in the area. But you do have to be careful on that kind of play.
Also brings up a 4th down and 6. I think they're going to bring out the punting unit.
Brings up a 4th and 6 for the Mustangs from the Trojan 42. Anthony Smith back to punt for the Mustangs. Shirelli back deep for the Trojans.
Caden Shirelli is back for DGN. This kick is somewhat far. It's a sky kick, and he's going to get tackled immediately after catching that ball. Not sure why he didn't call for a fair catch.
That's the exact comment I was about to make. It was ill-advised from Caden Shirelli. That is a hit he did not need to take. And from the looks of it, it did not look fun to take.
From their own 13.
It's a great punt from the Mustangs, that sky kick. Really prevented Shirelli from going anywhere after he caught it.
And in that night sky, it's hard to see sometimes.
Exactly, the dark ball kind of blends in with the dark sky.
So Lansu and the Trojan offense are going to take over at their own 13. Lansu's going to roll to his left, then he's going to roll back to his right. He thinks he's got a receiver down the field. And there's a flag. I think they're going to get the Mustang defender. Might get him on pass interference here. What do you think, Jake?
Yes, that was an obvious case of pass interference. I saw it even before the referee threw the flag.
Pass interference.
Great play by Lansu. Placed that ball perfectly to where only his receiver could get it unless a penalty was committed. Either way, it's a great result for the Trojans.
First down, Trojans from their own 27.
Now, if you're confused about that result, pass interference in high school is a lot less of a brutal penalty.
Lansu is going to hand this one to the halfback up the middle. Again, just into a crowd. Nowhere to go.
Looks like it was 30.
Lumpkin on the carry.
James Lumpkin, first carry of the night.
Play brings up 2nd and 10 for the Trojans.
Looks like Alec Firmuga is going to take some snaps here as the Trojan QB.
Lansu passes it over to the left side, but number 10 cannot hold on to it. That's Oliver Thulin.
Lansu's pass intended for Thulin. Incomplete.
So that's going to make it a 3rd and 10 now.
3rd down and 10 for the Trojans.
Should they go back to the run, keep it with the pass? What do you think, Jake?
I think you absolutely keep with the pass. They've had a lot of success on the ground, but success on the ground means 6 to 8 yards. So it's not enough for a first. If you want to get 10 yards, you go through the air.
Lansu looking to pass. Finds a receiver. It's Thulin, and it's a completion up the middle.
He might be gone, and he is. Thulin's going to be untouched for 6. Touchdown.
27-0 for the Trojans so far in this one. 28-0 pending the extra point. As this has been a dominant showing from both sides of the ball from the Trojans.
Really well designed play. DGS couldn't make the tackle up the middle, and eventually the defenders just kept it home free for Thulin.
This game so far has definitely been a statement to the rest of the state from the Trojans. We are here and we are coming for the playoffs.
Kalinzis, also playing a lot of defense tonight, is going to kick this one in an attempt to make it 28-0. This is quite the commanding lead, isn't it, Jake?
It is. It's not over yet. It's still the first half, but eventually the Mustangs have to start scoring if they want to get back into this one. They had some bright spots on that last drive, but ultimately it ended with a punt. They need to turn that around here soon.
Kalinzis with another powerful kick, and it's straight through.
That one nearly cleared the fence beyond the football field.
It wasn't even that high. It
was a laser.
It was just a laser, right? So now that makes it 28-0. Got 5:04 here left in quarter number 2.
They didn't get it against the foul till the second. So 7:04. They didn't get right back to 7:04 the second half.
Over the past couple of years, Trojan fans have become accustomed to seeing high degrees of success from their team, and that is no different tonight.
So here are the squads out for the kickoff. Kanazawa presumably is going to lead DGS for hopefully a drive that results in some points, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. My baseball coach always says, if you have to eat an elephant, you eat it one bite at a time. They need to start scoring on many drives to get back into this one.
It's very interesting, Jake. Very interesting. A lot of chop chants here.
Yeah, crowd really getting into it. It's a flag on the field.
Coach Horeni seems to be a little confused by the ruling on the field. Are they going to back up the kickoff?
It appears they are. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning is, but it looks like they're going to be kicking from the 35 as opposed to the 40. But from what we've seen from Kalinzis so far, he's got the leg to do it.
Horeni doesn't like the loss of 5 yards, though.
A reminder to our fans that the Downers Grove North Athletic Booster Club is running a concession stand this evening on the south end of the stadium. Please go over and buy yourself some snacks and support the Downers Grove Athletic Booster Club.
So now Kalinzis hopefully going to get to kick this one off. It's up and away. This one's going to land at around the 30. Mustangs are going to take it. Denied a little bit by the Trojan special teams.
But for the first time tonight, South really has an advantageous field position to start a drive. Let's see if they can sort of turn that into some points here.
Tackle made by Luke Williams. And Israel Crawford.
Exactly 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 28-0 for the Trojans.
Kanazawa is going to start another drive for DGS. Takes the snap. He's looking for a receiver, and he's got 3 wide open enough. That's Cameron Casper.
Kanazawa's pass continued over the middle.
That's how you want to start a drive. Gain medium amount of yards first play. Puts you in good position on second down. As long as you can get decent yards on first down, you're always going to be ahead of the curve.
It makes it a 2nd and 3.
Gain 7 on the play, makes it 2nd and 3 from the 41.
From the 41. They've got 2 on the left, 1 set up on the right. He's going to give it to Caden Smith, and that's going to result in nothing, a loss of yards.
Play blown up there by the Trojan D-line, swarming the football effectively and shedding their blockers.
65 Aiden Selecki in on the tackle for the Trojans.
It's going to make it a 3rd down.
Last and 3.
3rd down and 6.
Third down and 6.
Now you can check me on this. I don't think South has converted any 3rd down so far today. So
I couldn't check you on that, but I do think that you could very well be right.
it doesn't seem like they're starting here. As the quarterback run gets some yards, but not enough.
Brought down by Will Vala.
Appears to be about 4th and 3. So it'll be interesting to see on 4th and relatively short whether they keep the offense out there or send out the punter.
Vala makes the tackle. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Number 6, Anthony Smith, back to for the Mustangs.
Anthony Smith is going to send this one away for Mustangs.
For the Trojans.
Shirelli awaiting the punt. He's going to catch it, and he's going to try to get away. And he does. He breaks out of all of that, and he's going to go down the sideline. That's a really good return, literally making something out of nothing. He gets pushed out of bounds maybe near the 45, the 40 of the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's 30 yards that the Trojan offense wouldn't have had otherwise. That just makes it easy on Owen Lansu and company to try to add to this lead here. Great play by Caden Shirelli there. Exactly as you said, the textbook definition of something out of nothing. Makes 3 guys miss who would have tackled them right as soon as he caught it. Got about 30 yards.
Don't know how he spins out of it. But it's a 1st and 10. They'll mark it at the 49 of the Mustangs. '85 was in motion. It's a draw play up the middle. And eventually he got 5 more yards than where he thought he was tackled.
That's been the story of the game for the Trojan offense. As soon as it's just been yards after contact is the name of the game for the Trojans. They get hit and they keep going for 5 yards. It doesn't always matter, but if you add them up over the course of a game, it's going to be 30 to 40 yards that you wouldn't have had otherwise.
Lance's, he had Charlie Cruz. It's incomplete.
Intended for Charlie Cruz.
Sure, you can attribute that incompletion to the pressure more than anything else. The wide receiver was open, but Lansu was hit as he threw.
3rd and 2 Trojans.
Brings up a 3rd and 2, Jack. Now I have to ask you, pass or run?
I got to say run here. It's 3rd and short. The running has worked so far this game. I trust the run here to get 2 yards more so than the pass.
They bring back Gregorio in the backfield.
But I do believe it's a reasonable call either way. It's less than 2 minutes to go in the first half.
They are going to hand it off, and he has some protection. Caden Shirelli, look at this. Caden Shirelli is going to have 3 touchdowns at 6 points.
It's going to be 34-0 for the Trojans, 35-0 pending the extra point. The offense has run wild in this one. The story of that drive has been Caden Shirelli. He got them to where they were, and he got them from where they were to the end zone.
Shirelli had the opening. All he had to do was kind of just shake off one tackler that thought he was going to grab him, but he said, no, no, no.
We have an injury timeout on the field.
34-0 at the moment. We have an injury timeout on the field.
The injury appears to be a member of DGS.
So they'll go ahead and check up on him, and we'll be back after this. Welcome you back.
Trojan offense absolutely putting on a clinic in this one. 35 points in the first half does not happen by accident.
Colinsis to kick. Nelson on the hold.
Colinsis is going to make this a 35-0 game.
Might want to ice his leg over the course of halftime. He's getting a lot of use out of it.
That one's good.
Point after is good. There's the score to 35.
Colinsis nails the PAT, and it's 35-0. Trojans over Mustangs. Well, Jake, they got minute 51, the Mustangs. You thinking at any points here, maybe potentially a 3?
I'm thinking they have a chance to do so. They've shown flashes. They've gotten some chunk plays occasionally. But this Trojan defense has been absolutely outstanding this whole time.
And they have. I mean,
I say I wouldn't expect points here, but I also wouldn't be terribly surprised if the Mustangs could put a drive together.
You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what that is? That's Josh my stuff. And he's bound and determined to do half and half. That is exactly what this is. That's what that represents.
That's really cool.
It's exactly what that represents. You see him looking at my stats. You'll love this.
Anthony Smith. Excuse me. Anthony Colinsis. Antonio Colinsis is going to kick this one off for DGN. They could really probably use a good return here too, Jake. I mean, or a touchback.
Yeah, it's obviously easier to get a drive going if you got good field position. We saw that from the Trojans on the last drive. If South could get a similar return here, put themselves in good position to score before the half ends.
It's a strong kick by Colinsis, but it's going to fade around the 15. They'll take it from there. And look at that. That had to take the wind out of him. Big tackle is made somewhere around the 20.
The tackles from this Trojan varsity team are no joke. I respect anyone who takes any of these and keeps on fighting. Looks brutal every time.
So here is Kanazawa again for the Mustangs on most likely what will be the last drive in general before the half here. We have a minute 46. From the 20-yard line.
It's very important that you get points here to have something to build on for the second half. If you can find some sort of weakness in the Trojan defense that you can exploit in the next half.
Again, from the pistol, they hand it to Smith. And he's out somewhere around the 23, 24.
Next to no gain on that play. Smith has really tried to bounce out to the sideline on almost all of these runs. And he's been able to get there pretty successfully, but the Trojans have been doing a nice job of swarming him as soon as he gets to the sideline, forcing him out.
They like giving it to him from the pistol formation, at least as of late. Kanazawa takes the snap. He's going to give it to Caden Smith on the other side this time. But still almost a mirror of a play, not that much of a gain.
Smith did a lot of running on that play, just not much of it happened to be forward.
That's Jake Gregorio on defense with at least part of the tackle. Trojans are going to go ahead and take a timeout.
Trying to stop the clock so they could maybe get the ball back, put some points on the board. Smart decision. We'll be right back.
We welcome you back. A minute 33 here. South trying to put together a drive here, maybe score before the half. From the pistol, Kanazawa. He is going to hand it off to Caden Smith. Everybody thought it was a pass, so it's a good play design, especially on that 3rd and 6.
Mustangs will get those chains moving. So that's going to be what I believe is the first 3rd down conversion of the day for the Mustangs. That might be a turning point for this offense.
First down from the 31.
31.
DGS operating from the pistol, Kanazawa. He's going to give it to Caden Smith, trying to find an opening. I think they're going to call the whistles. They're going to blow the whistles.
Those constant runs can really wear out a defense, and the Mustangs are starting to have a lot more success than they were in the first quarter doing it.
Clock ticking at 35, and
looks like the Mustangs are not going to try to score on this drive. Looks like they're just going to try to run out the clock.
Second 4 from the 37.
No, it's second.
Kanazawa's going to take a high step, and it's a fumble. He has to pounce on it. And that's probably going to lead us to the half.
Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. That will be the end of your first half. The score is 35-0 for the Downers Grove North
Only one
Trojans.
half to play.
This is the first half of the Crosstown Classic, and we'll see you for the second half. 35-0 Trojans. See you then. Tune in. We welcome you back to DGN Trojan football here, the Crosstown Classic tonight. It's 35-0 Trojans entering the second half. Just anything to say, Jake, about the Mustang offense or defense in particular? Or just
I don't think the Mustang offense or defense has been particularly poor or impressive. Just the Trojans have done everything right, and it's hard to stop the Trojans when they do everything right.
for sure. Oliver Thulin's going to take this one out of the end zone. Look at this. He's going to get away from him. He's going to get away from that tackler. That was a really good return out to the 45-yard line.
It's also hard to stop the Trojans when they're setting up shop near the 40-yard line on every drive, and that's been the case.
Exactly, Jake. So we say, the defense, and they got that offense too and everything. They counterbalance each other. They're both really good. But what about that special teams? It's what's putting them in these great starts in the first place.
Yeah, the unsung heroes of a football game, the O-line, the D-line, the special teams, and all of them have been working great for the Trojans. So, Clayton, I heard you have some stats for us from the first half of this one.
I do. I have first half stats presented by the DGN Trojan Video broadcast booth. Total offense, Jake, from the North Trojans, 292, so about 300.
That's a recipe for success right there.
129 from South. Did you think the deficit would be bigger? This is a long pass, by the way. Almost a completion by Max Stroha. That would have been a fabulous play.
I think it seems about right for South. They've had actually some big plays here and there. They just haven't been able to parlay it into any points.
And Jake, in case you didn't know, 151 yards of passing for the Trojans, 18 from South.
Yeah, when South has been working, it's always been their rushing attack. They've really never gotten their passing attack going. That's not surprising to me at all.
Lansu, somebody got stuffed. South defense comes up with a big play.
Brought down by number 4, Riker Dudley.
Yeah, DGS seems to be coming out of halftime energized here. 3rd and 13 here for the Trojans, backed up to their own goal line.
Another thing, by the way, Jake, you were talking about conversions in the first half by the South offense, right? 2 first downs from DGS in the first half.
Yeah, the Trojan defense has truly been stifling.
Meanwhile, Trojans had 11 of those, and Lansu's looking for Thulin again. Couldn't quite make the connection again.
Yeah, he had his man. He had an open man. He made some separation with the DB. Just pass was slightly overthrown, or the receiver didn't take the best line to it. Whatever the case, it's going to be an incompletion. And the Mustangs have some momentum to build off of starting off the second half. You saw it in the sophomore game, if you watched it with us, that the Mustangs there took over the third quarter. And maybe we'll see the same thing here.
It's a little repetitive. I mean, we see the deep ball from Owen Lansu to Oliver Thulin. But usually it's not made. The punt was grabbed by the Mustangs, but then he dropped it. Ruling as he came back up on it. That's Keon Maggott Jr.
Maggott on the return.
Yeah, he seemed to have a hard time holding the football so far in this one. He's the one who fumbled off that scoop and score, and he hasn't had the best night receiving kicks and punts.
The initial score, we've been brought all the way to 35-0.
But now the Mustangs are in great field position here to put their first points on the board of the game. If there's a drive to do it, it sure is this one.
Aiden Kanazawa, the Mustang quarterback. He takes it from the 39. He's looking for number 3. I don't think they quite were on the same page. Cameron Casper was the intended receiver.
Casper was open, just the quarterback failed to find him. South needs to start improving their execution of plays like that to get back into this one.
Making some adjustments, some switches.
Again, from the pistol trio, he's looking. Kanazawa's going to pass this one, and it's thought he was going to get in bounds, but it doesn't matter because there is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Most likely on the Trojan offense, Jake. Excuse me, on the Mustang defense. Mustang offense.
Wait, who do you think the flag's on again?
I think it's on the Mustang offense.
I would agree with that assessment.
Holding call on the Mustangs.
Yeah, that'll push him back significantly should the Trojans choose to accept it. It appears they will.
This pushes him back to a 51.
Yeah, so it's 3rd and 20. Or 2nd and 20, excuse me. 2nd and 20.
The penalty moves the Mustangs back 10 yards. It will be
2nd and 20.
second and 20 from the 49.
From the 49, Kanazawa. This is a deep ball. 2 DBs on the play, so they're lucky it's an incompletion and not an interception.
Yeah, that one really never had a chance there with both the corner and safety on them. All they could have hoped for was a pass interference call, and the DBs were smart. So 3rd and very long here for the Mustangs. This would be a massive conversion should they be able to get it, but they're pushed all the way back to the 50 after starting pretty deep in the Trojan territory.
Caden Smith is the back from the gun. Kanazawa. He's got a little pressure, and he's going to have to dump it off to Caden Smith, which he had to back up so far. I don't know if there's even a gain on the play.
Yeah, that one appeared to go for negative yards. And I would assume we'd see the Mustang punt team take the field here.
On a 4th and 22, I think so too.
It'd certainly be a bold decision if otherwise.
But I have to ask, Jake, if it was like a 4th and 6, 4th and 7, you think they should go for that?
Depends on field position. If the first down marker's in the same spot that it is now, I would say absolutely. But they're just pushed too far back. It's not worth it.
Right.
Back deep for the Trojans.
Look at this. And the Trojans are going to capitalize tremendously on this. The snap is under his legs, and he had to go all the way back to get it, eventually tackled.
Well, we have talked time and time again about the offense being put into places to succeed. That I'm talking about the Trojan offense in terms of field position. There's not much more you can do to be put in a position to succeed than be on the 15-yard line to start your drive.
And they always seem to get this great field position.
Yeah, that's testament to the defense and special teams that the Trojans possess. The offense is obviously what people come to see, but they're not going to be able to do half what they do without the support of their defense and special teams.
Yeah, they never say, I want to see that Chiefs defense at Arrowhead. Anyway, passes out to Thulin on the right side, and he'll be taken out of bounds near the 10, a little past it.
It'll be a 1st and goal here for the Trojans. Sorry, 2nd, very short. No, 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Trojans.
Go from the Mustangs.
This is from the 5. Trojans looking to capitalize on a 35-0 lead.
If Mustangs ever want to gain some momentum, get back into this thing, you need a goal line stop right here, right now.
Ansu wants to hand it off, and it's a touchdown. It's Caden Shirelli. He's got 4 touchdowns on the night, Jake.
Yeah, he's certainly my pick for MVP at this point for the night. He has a nose for the end zone. He's able to avoid several defenders. This junior has been electric. 41-0 for the Trojans. 42-0 pending the extra point.
Busy man, the kicker for the Trojans, Antonio Colinzis.
You know, by now you should know his name without looking at the sheet.
I just wanted to make sure I was pronouncing his last name correct.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair, right?
Kick is up and good.
Kalinzis drills that one as expected, and the kickoff team will be out to change possession here.
Now, Jake, I think at this point, I don't know what you're thinking, but I don't think they can take any field goals. I think it's got to be touchdown or nothing.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Deep pass, chunk run. You have to get the ball moving. You need to score. You need to score quick. Since even though it's only early in the third quarter, this big a deficit, time is already becoming a factor.
I also feel like, especially if they have good field position, if it's a 4th down and 10 or less, I feel like they got to go for it, right?
Absolutely, 100%. You see the analytics with the NFL nowadays, even in the best of cases, it's often better to go for it. When you're starting to get desperate and the deficit's starting to get big, that becomes an even more appealing option.
35 to 13 last year.
The score here last year, Jake, 35 to 13, Trojans won that one.
Trojan team looks even better here tonight than last year.
Kalinzis, not as strong of a kick, but you know what? It is going to kick out of bounds at around the 15.
Yeah, even though they have to take the penalty, with where it bounced out, it's still not a terrible kickoff for the Trojans. Mustangs are in decent field position here to try and get their first score of the game. Be it a field goal or a touchdown, they need to start building that momentum up.
Just in general, anyway.
Yes,
it's
just
good.
in
They
general.
probably want to avoid the shutout. You know, they're probably talking about that.
Exactly. Play with a sense of pride.
Exactly. From the 35. He will roll right, and he's got a completion over to number 7. Moves the chains forward a little bit. That's Keon Maggot Jr.
That's a great way to start a drive. That's an absolute perfect dime out to the sideline. Placed perfectly. Defender had no way of getting to it, and that's going to be a first down. Be interesting to see if the Mustangs can build on that one.
As far as chain movers, it's like I would agree they have life, but they can never just produce any points, even when they get deep into that field.
Yeah, they usually get like one first down a drive. It just never turns into anything.
Kanazawa had to throw an incompletion there.
Kanazawa's pass.
Only man who had a chance at that one was the Trojan.
Matthew Jacobs Jr. was the receiver out there.
It's going to be second down.
Coverage for the Trojans.
That's what I like to see in this sort of situation. You got to take those deep passes. You got to take risks. You got to score, and you got to score quick, and that's how you do it.
Definitely don't need 3 and outs here. They hand it off to Smith, who gets devoured.
Smith on the carry.
Yeah, Smith has a decent amount of yards this game, but I wouldn't expect his yards per carry statistics to be very high. They keep riding him like a horse, and the Trojans are stopping him short almost every time. He's able to break through occasionally for some nice, solid gains. But that's the exception, not the rule.
Third down and 10. From the 46. Kanazawa has pressure. He will roll to his left, thinking about throwing still. Instead, he'll just get tackled out of bounds. Instead of throwing, I think it might have been a better decision to just keep on running there.
Yeah, keep on running or throw it away, because he was tackled for a loss of yardage. So it's still a sack, but it could have been avoided potentially, but also would have been risky. I respect his decision there. You don't want to throw one up just to hope to get an incompletion a lot of times.
Looked very well like he didn't even know it would have been a sack.
It looked like there was some daylight ahead of him, but it closed pretty quickly.
So the punting unit on for 4th and 12. Low snap again. But he gets the kick off. Caden Shirelli having to go back, and he calls for a fair catch anyway as he falls down after the catch. We got yellow flags out.
If I had to have to guess, it would be unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not quite sure which team would be on, though.
Holding call for the Trojans.
It's a holding penalty. They call it on the Trojans.
Well, the general rule is if there's a penalty on the kickoff, it's almost always on the receiving team, and that holds true in this scenario. So Trojans, for once, are actually backed up near their own goal line to start a drive. So let's see if Lansu can lead his guys down this long field.
I'm looking at this. I can't see.
Landu has a new Trojan drive from the 16. Usually, Jake, it seems like their field position for the Trojan offense, is either really good or kind of really bad. I mean, they're from their own 16 here.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen them take a single touchback this game, and that's the result of that.
This is a handoff up the middle, and this results in a really good. That was a train moving, not stopping until he got to the station.
I want to say it was.
Yeah, that running back kept on running despite being hit pretty hard. It didn't look like he got much yards on that, but before you know it, that's some nice yardage. He keeps his legs moving after getting hit and gets more than you would think.
Second down. Lancy's going to take a snap. He's going to hand it over to his halfback. Look at this. Look at this. He just got tripped up. Slams the ground in frustration. That's number 2, Alec Fiermuga. His first carry, I believe, of the night.
Well, he'll get the first down on that one. Could have been a lot more, but mistakes do happen. Still, though, an overall positive play for the Trojans.
Really good running play.
Gain of 11 yards. Brings up first and 10 Trojans.
We got about 45 seconds left in the third. Ball's on the 29. First and 10, Lance's going to hand it off again. And that's Fiermuga again. Another semi-decent gain there.
Mustang defense has been seemingly able to adapt to the Trojan rushing attack so far in this third quarter. As we have 10 seconds to go in the quarter, it looks like that will likely been the last play.
Well, it's 42-0. Mustangs points.
The end of the third quarter.
We'll see. Fourth quarter coming up.
We welcome you back to the fourth quarter. It's 42-0 Trojans, and they have the ball from the 35.
2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. I was going to say it. Lansu, man, in motion. He's going to run it himself. It's a design QB run. And what a ricochet tackle that was. Both the defender and Lansu kind of went there, sprung their separate ways.
Yeah, he got absolutely blown up there. It was an absolutely rough tackle.
3rd and long 3 for the Mustangs from their own 36.
I don't think that was Owen Lansu, though. I think that was Nick Konopiats, the Trojan backup quarterback.
Move the chains forward.
That's going to be a 1st down for the Trojans. 1st down and 10, and the Trojan offense keeps on moving.
So I guess they figure they can send Konopiats out because they got that 42-0 lead here.
Exactly. Might as well give him some reps. He's a senior. It's going to be his last season. Let's get him in the game some. Except I'm not sure he had very much fun on that run.
He's got receivers set up, and it's a design QB run. He looks to the right. I don't think he ever was going to have a lot of room there, so he only gets a couple.
Yeah, he only got a few, but that's a few more than I thought he was going to get. There wasn't a lot of space there. He made it work.
Give him a gain of 7. 2nd and 3.
It is a gain of 7.
That's why I keep talking about these Trojan runs. They keep going way further than you'd expect. He gets hit, and those legs keep on chugging, and before you know it, he's got a 2nd and manageable.
Or you just think they're down, and they're like, still has the football, still running,
Exactly.
From the gun, it's a handoff to number 30, James Lumpkin. Hasn't had a carry since, I think, the first half.
That'll give him the first. Trojans will take a 7-yard gain every play, and that seems to have been the norm on this drive. Slow, methodical, moving of the football. That'll drain the clock, which is also very helpful for the Trojans with this lead.
On the tackle for the Mustangs.
Once again, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching this broadcast.
Yes, thank you very, very much. It's another handoff to Lumpkin. A little bit of a gainer there on 1st down. It's a gain of 4.
It's a 2nd and 7 for the Trojans.
We're already approaching the 8-minute mark here, folks.
That's what happens. You keep running the ball, and there's no timeout. You're running out the entire play clock. It's smart football from the Trojans at this point to conserve their lead.
It's a handoff to number 28, and that is Israel Crawford. His first carry of the night.
Israel Crawford. Brought down by number 46, Liam Point of the Mustangs. 3rd down.
Well, Jake, I think the South Bench is cleared out quite a bit compared to how it was.
Yeah, it seems they're discouraged by this heavy deficit that the Mustangs must overcome. But they have to build momentum by getting a stop here.
Anything's possible.
Sure is.
16's going to take this on a designed run. Really good moves there to take it to the 35.
Number 16, Jonathan Nelson with the carry.
Jonathan Nelson was first carry of the game, but it's a great one for a first down. Trojan offense seems unstoppable, almost like a machine. It's not gaining a lot on each play, but it's gaining enough to get a first down by the time the downs run out.
6.5 to go in the fourth. New set of downs here.
Trojans obviously doing an outstanding job of melting the clock on this drive. They had the ball at the start of the quarter, remember, and they've had the ball for almost 4 minutes at this point.
Jonathan Nelson is in at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Crawford. We got flags on the play here.
Crawford, the ball carrier. Brought down by Liam Coyne.
No signals yet, and we get the call. Full market holding on the Trojans.
Well, that'll significantly push back the slow and steady approach of the Trojans. They might have to try to pick up some yards through the air here.
Very perceptive, Jake. Very.
5.5 minutes to go here as Trojans have a 1st and 18.
1st and 18. It's the longest first down of the night.
That's a good way to chip into that incredibly long down and distance as Nelson picks up, say, about 12 on that one.
That's how they inch back. 2nd and 7.
Brought down by Shoneke.
Under 5 minutes to go. Trojans have a commanding lead, to say the least, 42-0 over South.
Yeah, near perfect football being played by the Northsiders tonight. Just overwhelming the Mustangs.
The handoff from Nelson to Crawford.
No, 28. 28 carry.
Maybe 3. Got tripped at the legs.
Yeah, it should be 3rd and manageable here for the Trojans. They have a good chance of picking this up, but could be a big stand for the Mustangs here to get the ball back.
From the 29.
4 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
A lot of rumbling going on in the backfield, and I think that's counted as a sack, Jake?
Yeah, that play couldn't have gone any more nowhere. Just absolutely swarmed by Mustang defense. An outstanding play by the defense.
It's a sack, but only marked as a 3-yard loss. Not too common.
Looks like the Trojan offense is largely staying on the field here for a 4th and 6.
Literally nothing to use. Nothing to lose, would you say, Jake?
Yeah, at this point, if the Mustangs get the ball, they only start in their own 32. That's just like kicking it.
He will roll right. Nelson has a receiver. It's complete to number 84. His first grab of the night. That is
not going to be enough.
Not going to be enough, but that is Weston Bowden. He gets a grab.
So we're going to see the Mustang offense for at least one more time here tonight, as they are going to try to chip into this deficit.
Kanazawa, number 17, the quarterback under center. Not been too effective, Jake, has he?
No, he really hasn't. The Mustang passing offense is... We've been waiting for it to get started pretty much all night.
They sub in 27 at quarterback, and it's a pass over to 83. He'll get some numbers, makes a cut left, back, right, left, and right. And look at this. He gets out of all of those black shirts.
He was in a huge jam there, and he's all the way to the 15.
That was an outstanding play by 83. He should have been tackled a long time before that. A lesser man would have been tackled well before that, but 83 breaks through all of it and rumbles all the way downfield to the 15-yard line. Half of that can be blamed on the Trojans missing several tackles, but you got to give credit where credit is due. That was an outstanding play by the running back.
Gotta say, I really wasn't ready for that.
No, absolutely not. They haven't shown anything like that all night.
For how many yards was that? Where are they now? They're at the 28. Now they're at the.
So it looks like the Mustangs have a good shot at their first points of this one.
Number 27 takes the snap. He'll throw it to the outside where he'll be touched down because he slipped. That was Cameron Hurst on the reception.
Just north of a minute to go here in this one.
Cameron Hurst.
No.
Once it's running, it's
No going back. Don't let that zero off. Sorry, Southport.
Takes the snap. Mustangs just looking to avoid the shutout. And look at this. It's intercepted. It was through his hands.
And that's going to be a horse collar, too, on the tackle.
Horse collar on the tackle.
I don't think I've seen a more blatant horse collar in my life. As the 0 stays up on the board for the Trojans, as the crown jewel to cap this absolutely impressive night, as the clock is going to run down here at Carson's Field for a 42-0 victory for the Trojans over their crosstown rivals, the Mustangs.
Well, I got to say, Jake, I don't know about you, but everything from Lansu to the defense, I didn't know, especially with special teams, but everything just clicked like I thought it was going to.
Yeah, absolutely. 42-0, back-to-back games to start off the season. Obviously, something's going right. Obviously, we expected the offense to be good, but what we didn't expect was this defense to be as locked down as it has been. I mean, just no one has scored against the Trojans this entire season. I know it's 2 games, but 2 games is a crazy stretch to not get scored on, especially against quality opponents like down south.
That's quite something. Well, anyway, 42-0, your final here, the Crosstown Classic at Carson's Field. Trojans win it, and it's a shutout. Thank you so much again for tuning into our live broadcast. I've been Clayton Henning, and joined.
I'm Jake Sherlag.
And we'll see you next time here at Carson's Field. Thank you.